thing.
Wait, we don't have a drink.
We don't have a drink. Oh, that's because I have a surprise for you.
What's my surprise?
I'd like to propose a toast.
Welcome to Wines and Dolls, a podcast where Chelsea and Emily wine and talk about musicals. Welcome.
Wine is a double entendre.
So, Chelsea originally got me wine glasses for Christmas, and then at her Christmas party, I was bitching about how I own too many wine glasses, so she did not give me the wine glasses.
So I got her something else.
So she got me something else, apparently. The point is, for New Year's, I went up to my friend Sydney's house, Sydney is the one who designed our logo, our original logo, Wines and Dolls, with all the dots and everything. And she's great. So she's like, I got you something for Christmas. And so I open up the gift, and it is wine glasses. And then I open up the box, and the first one I pull out says Chelsea.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't feel like that's for me.
It's a tumbler. It's a wine glass tumbler with my name on it.
It has your name on it. And it's the same font as the dolls.
Oh my
God.
god.
So sweet. And so, of course, I started crying.
Oh my
Because
god.
I literally was like, Chelsea, that's weird. Why did she give me a wine glass?
That's not my
that says
name.
Chelsea?
What a bitch.
And then it hit me. And her whole family's watching. Her grandmother is watching me, who's very Italian, and she was also very drunk. Oh my god, it was the most magical moment. Her mom and her mom's friend were like, open it, open it, open it. Like, everyone was so excited. Oh my gosh, it's the sweetest thing. She also bought us a bottle of rosé. Oh my god, so she's the best. So thank you so much, Sydney.
Thank you, Sydney.
I had to wait to show Chelsea until we had it on recording.
This is so special.
It's so special.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh,
I've never had my own tumbler
with your
wine
name
glass
on it.
with my name
And
on
it's
it.
like branded to us.
It is.
I can't handle it. Let's go pour wine. And
We'll pour wine.
So I just made a drink, and I didn't tell. We figured it out.
Yeah.
It's champagne, Pimm's, and gin.
Champagne.
Champagne gin.
Champagne gin. Would you like a sip of
Champagne gin? Sure. So I took down my Christmas tree today, and the ornaments are currently sitting in Olive's chair. So she is not sure what she's supposed to do with herself because she currently cannot sit down in her chair.
Poor baby.
She's fine.
She's waited the entirety of Epiphany.
Yeah.
Did you know? And we might cut this. I heard this last night on a podcast. I was reading something. On the 5th day of January, it is said that Satan is released to gather a soul from one of each of the towns in the entire in the entire world, not just the United States. The entire
Go get Trump,
world,
please.
Right?
Take him.
People apparently would disappear on the 5th, like one person from each town, and since towns were so tiny, you could tell when people were gone, but people were disappearing, and so every January 5th, and Satan comes up to take somebody who's doing something that they're not supposed to do. That's what it was. It was a really cool story that he posted with it. It was on Reddit. It's like that I was reading it.
Krampus, but
kind of like Krampus, yeah.
Go get Trump again.
Go get Trump.
He's doing things.
He's making wars.
He's doing things. Probably shouldn't be doing.
Oh, toast me so I can drink more.
Yeah,
of this.
she just.
Yum.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's satisfying metal. It keeps it so cold.
I like the champagne gin.
Champagne. Yeah, champagne gin. Champagne gin.
I'm like chrysanthemum.
I'm seeing the word in my head, so I'm seeing the CH, and I have to be like champ.
Champ.
And then I have to remember it's not said like that. It's champ.
Champagne gin. There we go.
Gin.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah.
It looks better written out.
Yeah, write it out. It looks good.
All right.
Chelsea, what are you whining about today?
I am whining that it's back to work. As happy as I am to be making money again, don't get me wrong, it's finally officially back to work. So everybody gets this. It sucks. It sucks.
But you just got back from
Santa Fe.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, we went to Santa Fe.
I was going to do the Rent version, but I couldn't remember how it went.
We went to Santa Fe for the weekend. It was James's Christmas present to go to Meow Wolf, which was the coolest thing in the whole wide world. Meow Wolf is an overstimulating experience. Like,
I don't even know what it
everything.
is.
Okay, it's an art installation. There 10 different artists put this collaboration idea together. So there's also a mystery within this thing. So it's an interactive art museum with color and sound and touch, and literally all of your senses are being stimulated at the same time. There are actors that walk through there and are a part of the story. There's lights everywhere. There's bright neon, funky Alice in Wonderland colors. You would love it. Ooh. And then you walk into a house. There's also a house that you go in, and then there's like secret passageways. Like you go upstairs. This is like a full house.
Yeah.
You go upstairs to the bedroom, and like there's people coming out of the closet. Like, you can walk into the closet and it takes you to a gateway into, like, this dimensional Alice in Wonderland area. You can go open up the dryer and you slide down a slide.
That's the one, like, I remember when I didn't know that Meow Wolf was this when I saw that picture, but I remember seeing a picture of, like, a long time ago, an article about it.
It was so cool.
And it's, like, the starry dryer that people are, like, sliding down.
Yeah, and there's, like, socks and underwear. Once you get into this little thing, you slide down the slide, and there's socks, like missing socks all over the place. That's where the socks go.
It's just like Soulmates.
Yeah,
that's coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, it was really cool, and they're opening another installation, another Meow Wolf in Denver, and then another one in Las Vegas. So we're definitely gonna take another road trip, because Las Vegas is not too very much farther, and Colorado's another like 5 hours from where Santa Fe was.
Seems really far.
It was. My back is killing me.
Yeah, I was following you on like Instagram.
Texas.
Like, oh God,
you're boring.
Yeah.
Oh, prettier. Okay,
a little prettier. There was a cactus.
Cactus, and then there were mountains once you get into Santa Fe. It was like, ugh, gorgeous. So yeah, that's. I'm whining that I have to go back to work after that beautiful weekend.
A beautiful experience.
Yeah.
You said James a couple of times. I took a couple of sips.
Drinking.
Oh my gosh, that's how we got drunk last time.
Yeah,
that's why we're having to re-record our mini-sode.
Yes, we did record a mini-sode, but we sounded like fucking morons.
It was after we recorded Thoroughly Modern Millie, and then we went back. We were
trashed.
we were so ready to record another mini-sode.
Yeah.
And I texted Chelsea and I was like, I think we need to go ahead and re-record something because I don't know how to even edit this mini-sode. So that mini-sode
may it rest in peace.
May it rest in peace on Patreon.
Enjoy, Mom.
Enjoy. So, oh my gosh, Chelsea, do you want to also cheers our one Patreon member?
We have our very first Patreon member.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
And her name is Julia Hardy.
Julia Hardy.
She's my mom.
Mom!
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Miss Hardy.
You too can also be a Patreon member and get a shout out on the show.
Yeah.
And you get invited to our special secret Facebook page.
Our super duper secret, not so secret Facebook page.
Well,
but you can't be in it unless you're a patron.
You can't sit with us unless you're a Patreon member.
Yeah, unless you give us $2 or more.
That's all it takes.
So yeah, so the smallest, the lowest tier is $2, and that will get you a shout out on the show and entrance into our Facebook Patreon.
What are you whining about today?
Oh, I thought you would never ask Chelsea.
I did though.
I'm going to answer your question with a question. What am I whining about today? I'm whining because I didn't take down my Christmas tree.
No.
I was so very upset, but it had to be done.
Mine's still up.
A good whine. I am officially the director of Heather's High School Edition.
Woo!
I am so excited. So
what a great early birthday present.
I know, I'm so excited. I know.
Y'all,
and
you
then
don't
it'll be
understand. Emily is the most amazing director, and she hasn't even started yet.
I don't even know.
I saw
I
your
assistant directed
plot.
for Chelsea, and
she's so good, y'all. She's so good. Like, I've never had that kind of assistance. Even when I've had assistant directors in the past, I've never had that kind of attention to detail and creativity and like just problem solving. You are a problem solver, and you see things, and You may be very particular about what you want, but that's a good thing. And you know how to collaborate with people. And
I'm blushing a lot right now.
Well, you're so good.
Well, I also have a great team, too. My team,
You do.
I have Emma, who was on So You Think You Can Dance. She's my choreographer.
I didn't know.
I know, right? I was
Wow.
like, excuse me. Okay.
Mhm.
And then I have Kathy as my music director, which I'm so excited because...
She's the best.
Well, and she said the sweetest thing to me at our production meeting.
Mhm.
She goes, I didn't know if I'd be able to do it, but then I found out you were the director, Emily, and I knew I wanted to music direct this show with you.
Oh.
And I started crying right there at the table. I love her.
Kathy is
She's everything.
the best.
I'm so
Thursdays-
excited. A lot of our meetings, Chelsea made fun of me because I was talking about how we're actually changing the name of the minisodes. They are now going to be called intermission shows,
Woo.
which is reminiscent of what the idea behind them was anyways, which was listen to these during intermission.
Mhm.
And I had a whole talk about it with myself. And I go, you're right, Chelsea. You're right. We should do this.
Myself.
And Chelsea goes, I didn't say anything.
She was having an entire conversation with herself. I'm sitting there on my phone going like, okay,
Uh-huh.
whatever you want. And then she's like,
You're right.
you're right. I'm
You're
like,
right.
What did I do? I didn't say anything. I nodded and said,
This is why I need people like you in my life that I can talk at and then come to a conclusion, and it's your facials that really speak to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Glad
You're-
my facials are here.
Yeah. They're on your face. Yes.
Are they?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they're on your ass.
It's why I shake it.
Oh my god, get out of here.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Intermission! Okay, what are we talking about today? Let's
Oh.
talk about we picked out of the bowl and side gigs.
Side gigs.
Oh my god, side
How
gigs.
many side
Drunk
gigs?
side gigs.
Ooh. Well, we do have drunk side gigs.
We do, that's actually very accurate.
We share one of the side gigs that we both have. We, like we've said before on these episodes, we are tour guides.
We are tour guides
for
for drunk people.
drunk people.
I like to tell people that I'm a ghost tour guide or ghost pub crawl guide. And someone will ask me, what does that mean? And I tell them I take ghosts from one bar to the next. I guide ghosts.
You guide the ghosts. Okay. Hey, we'll all be ghosts someday.
Yeah, I like to tell people I guide the ghosts just to see the response.
So, side gig number 1 for both of us that we share is the ghost tours with Nightly Spirits. You can use code Chelsea667.
Or more
Chelsea.
accurately, Emily
Chelsea
667.
667 for a discount.
EMILY, most popular name of 93.
SEA 667 for a discount code or for a discount of 10% off your
Emily is a
ticket.
shorter name. It's easier.
People don't know how to pronounce my name. Every time.
Yeah, so Emily is
Chelsea.
easier.
Chelsea. I got Chelsea. I was like,
You're definitely on Instagram, you're Chell and then 2 I's for C. Instead of
Oh.
like the actual C. That's what I have on our Instagram. Wines and Dolls.
Oh.
Check it out. Have you not seen that?
why didn't I see that?
Why haven't you seen that?
I shall see what you did there.
Hi, thank you. Which is her Instagram handle.
It's my Instagram handle. Follow me. So I have another side gig. I sing with a 1920s band, and that was my New Year's gig. And I have I'm maybe 4 or 5 a year, and they pay really well. We have piano, and we have drums. We have trumpet, saxophone, and a bass, like the stand-up bass player.
Yeah.
So we have a full. We can add more too. We've got room for more brass. It's just. Yeah.
Chelsea Lerner and the Wise Guys.
Chelsea Lerner and the Wise Guys.
2020.
Now you know my name.
Back in the 20s.
This is 1920. It's actually 2020, but whatever. What's another one of your side gigs?
Well, that's another one. So I'm a tour guide not only for Nightly Spirits, but I'm also a tour guide for Tour de Brewery.
Ooh.
It's my newer one. It is a biking tour, and you bike between breweries in Houston. So we have an Edo downtown tour. That's usually the one I pick up. I like doing those at noon on the weekends because there's not as many cars. But we also do Heights, and we'll do Buffalo Bayou. We do a lot of places downtown. We have a museum district one. It started because the owner, who is also an actor, he went biking to 30 breweries in one day, and it took him 12 hours. So
my God.
the people who went along, they asked him if he could do smaller, shorter ones. So they're about 4 hours long. You bike about 7 miles, and you don't have to be like a biker. You don't have to be a cyclist. But it's so funny because I've had people who haven't biked in 10 years.
Oh, good.
And they're
That would
getting
be
on
me.
a bike for the first time because we supply the bike and the helmet
Okay.
and like the safety features. So, bless you.
Thank you.
So it was just funny because I'm like, you'll be fine. I'll just take a couple laps in the parking lot and then we'll go.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I love that side gig.
So the reason why actors take side gigs, acting does not pay the bills. We wish it did. It's just not consistent.
It can't. That's my dog growling. I don't know why she's growling.
That's okay.
It pays.
Yeah, it pays
Somebody
some.
said something to me once, and it was really powerful. He is, his name is Samir, and he is a Bollywood star. He was at my agency one day, and the thing about film is you go to 30 auditions that are 3 hours away, and you get booked for one day and get paid $5,000, and then you have your payout. And what he said, you're not getting paid for that day of work. What you're truly getting paid for is all those times you had to drive out for the 30 auditions.
Yeah.
So because our
It'll
job
even
is
out.
fun, but it's not fun waiting for the job. It's like you're getting paid to do the interview process because we're not working when we work. I don't know.
No, that
It
makes
was
a
kind
lot
of
of
a
sense.
nice way of putting it because we do, like, the reason we do this is because we love what we do. But as you're waiting for that $5,000 gig, you have to do side gigs.
Right. And I don't do film, so I will never get a $5,000 gig. That would be great for one day of work or 2 days of work.
Yeah.
But in musical theater, at least, it's slim pickings sometimes. And there's people that get booked all the time. There's people that get booked all the time and then immediately the year later get booked in 2 things or 1 thing or no things. It's just, you never know what they're going to pick. So you never know when your next gig is coming. So you always have to have at least 2 or 3 side gigs.
So I am a realtor, too. And I will say that real estate and acting are my full-time jobs now. But
I will say acting is my full-time job because I actually can say that this year.
Yeah.
I want acting to always be my full-time job, but unfortunately, the good gigs that I got are not. They're just not paying enough to pay the rent. For those of you who are not actors who are listening to this, and you're like, why do you work 5 jobs? We don't like to be alone and think. Number 1, and then number 2, we need to make money so that we can live.
Well, yeah. I would say there's, like, some side gigs where I'm like, that was not my favorite. But it kind of comes down to we're lucky enough to get to do jobs that we get to hand pick. Well, if we're stuck in an office where half the year you're miserable and the other half, like, you're twiddling your fingers because you're waiting for something to do.
Right. I promised myself a long time ago I would never have an office job because I worked for my dad for a summer, and as much as I really loved getting to hang out with him, it was awful because sitting in one place, I'm a very efficient worker. I get things done fast, and so I got everything done by noon every single day. And,
Wow.
And the boss came up to me. He's like, I'm going to need you to slow down. Yeah, I'm going to need you to slow down. I'm trying to do Office Space. Never mind. Emily's too young for that movie.
26.
So the boss was like, you need to slow down. I don't have enough work for you. I'm like, you want me to not be productive? Okay. I work fast. I work hard. I like work. I like staying busy. I wrote a list of all the side gigs that I have, and some of them are consistent and some of them are not. So I will read out, I wrote down 8 things. So technically there's 9. So I teach at a few different places with HGO Co. and then with HITS as a director, but my main gig at HITS now is a vocal teacher, which is what I really, really thrive doing. I like teaching voice. I like teaching young kids. And I get to set my schedule through Karen, but I get to set my own schedule. I love that. I do the ghost tours. I do the 1920s gig. I drive for Lyft when I feel like it. I've only done it once for 4 hours, and I was like, yeah, it's all right. I can do it if I'm desperate. I work as a princess every once in a while for a couple of different princess companies, mostly Princess Anna. Teehee. I also work for Main Street Theater. Like, I'll be doing their shows, but I also am a house manager for them. And that's an easy gig, and can be a long day, but it's a good gig. And then I work for a church, which most singers do. We all have church gigs. It's an actual part-time position for me. So I'm the director of their drama ministry now.
It changed because you were the.
Oh no, I'm their assistant
director of music.
I'm their assistant director of music, but I am in charge of the bell choir. I'm in charge of the Diamonds. It's a children's middle school, high school group that sings sometimes. And I'm starting on Thursday. I'm the director of the musical. So I have like 8 or 9 gigs, and then in the summer I have no gigs, and then I get really depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because I'm only booked till May right now. So my side gigs, I don't think I wrote them all out, because it's funny because whenever I meet people, they're always like, how many jobs do you have? And I've never sat down and have been able to actually go through
like
them.
5 or 6.
Yeah, but then I'm going through them, I'm like, I know I'm forgetting some, though. So I'm the Nightly Spirits tour guide. I'm the I'm a tour de brewery tour guide. I'm a realtor for Compass, Houston. I also can say I'm a director.
Yeah!
It's so exciting. So I'm directing at Hits. I actually just got done stage managing for them, and then last summer I was contracted to assistant direct for them. And the winter before that, I was contracted to be a mentoring professional in one of their shows.
Look out,
so I was
world.
an actor for them. And I am actually the production manager of the Paul Hope Cabarets that take place at Ovations. As I was checking my Heather's calendar, it turns out I'll be opening 2 of those in the same span. I'll be directing Heather's.
Oh, God.
So you can look that up. It's on Facebook. It's the Paul Hope Cabarets at Ovation.
Broadway. I forgot Broadway.
Oh, you did forget
10.
Broadway.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you for interrupting.
I'm sorry.
I sometimes will sing at Broadway. I am a professional singer.
You are a professional singer.
I've been a professional singer for 10 years. I've been a professional singer for a very long time.
Baby.
Oh my gosh, Olive is passed out.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh. I thought she was talking about my dog, who's passed out on Chelsea's lap. So I do production management for Paul. I also do his marketing. And I did his box office. And I did PR. I did a lot. I have also I freelance my marketing capabilities, for lack of a better word, for a lot of nonprofits and theaters when they need it. So I'll do a short contract with them. Usually it's like 3 months to really get it up off the ground. I also teach acting. This is like one of my favorite jobs. I love teaching. I didn't think I would love it. But I teach sitcoms. I teach children how to be funny. I either get the teens or the preteens. I've had 2 acting classes for adults that I teach. And so I've done Acting Techniques, which is their second series. And then I did Foundations, which is the first. It's commercial on-camera techniques. I'm also an ambassador for the SKIM. I'm a SKIM ambassador.
Yeah.
It's more of a volunteer position. But I get to do a lot of I plan a lot of their events in Houston. And if you're a SKIM ambassador, you're not on the Houston SB page, go get on it. I will approve it. I'm also an ambassador, though, for it's a company that hires, it's a staffing company, but they staff company ambassadors. And I ended up managing all the ambassadors. So I'm with them. I'm on their folder. And I wrote a P on my paper, but I don't know what that P is for.
Potential princess parties.
I think the P was actually for performer.
I didn't add that because it's not
also,
a side gig, it's a full gig.
Podcaster.
I
love telling people now that I'm a podcaster.
I forgot one of my jobs.
What's one of your jobs?
J&T Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
I work with
You
them
crazy.
sometimes. I haven't gotten a gig with them in a while because I'm never available because of my other side gigs.
Well, and that's one thing that's hard with having so many side gigs is that you have a lot of commitments, and then another commitment comes up, and you have to tell them no.
Same at one of the places. I was asked a week and a half before they started if I was interested in music directing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another job I do is music directing. From time to time, I music direct.
Yeah.
I don't accompany, but I can play a track just fine. But that's kind of what this gig was going to be, and I turned it down because, like, in the end, we take side gigs to pay the rent, and that would have gotten in the way of my job as a performer.
Yeah.
Taking that gig. So I decided to turn it down.
It's really hard to say no to a lot of contracts.
It is.
Because you don't know what's coming next.
If you say no to enough, you'll just be left with
nothing. Yeah, and it was really upsetting because it really came down to, like, who's going to ask me first. So it's really hard. That's what we're getting at. It's hard when you have all these contracts because sometimes you have to say no.
So sometimes you just have to trust it. You will be broke for a little bit, but you just have to trust your instincts and take the side gigs that come at you. And if it's something that makes you feel uneasy, don't do it. Something else will come your way. As far as regrets go, I think in my old age,
Don't regret anything.
don't
No regrets.
regret anything because there's no point in it. You are where you are. Life works its way out.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just an optimist here, but I tell you what, I was not an optimist this summer when I was flat ass broke. And with that,
And with that,
take your side gigs. You'll have up to maybe 10, 15 that you can actually squeeze. You know, do people ask you all the time, oh my God, how do you handle that?
they yes.
Yes, because people can't, like, normal,
They can't
I guess
normalize
normal
it.
people
Well,
can't figure
we
it.
also sit here and I'm like, I don't go to happy hour every day. I don't know. That was kind of, I'm like, what do
Yeah.
you do when you don't
I
have...
sit in my apartment and
job.
watch Bob's Burgers. Oh,
Anyways, so those are our side gigs.
we have a
Yeah.
lot of them, but we're happy.
Yeah. Happy.
Happy.
Got my dog. I always say that I have to have all these gigs to feed my dog.
I have 2 cats. I gotta have
Yeah.
10,000 gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, if you would like to follow us on Instagrams, we'll post a picture of Chelsea's Meow Wolf. You can, yeah.
I'll post a video if you want.
Yeah, I'll post that to Instagram at Wines and Dolls. We're also on Facebook and Twitter at Wines and Dolls. I love when Chelsea gives me the face about Twitter. We're also on TikTok, Wines and Dolls.
I'm sorry, what is a TikTok?
Oh, sorry. You can find us on Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/winesanddolls. Be a $2 supporter. You could be a $20 supporter. Whatever you feel like you should be. Our tiers are pretty cool, and we're actually going to be posting a lot more videos pretty soon. So if you become a Patreon, or if you become a patron, you can check all those out. You can see all our goals. We were talking about needing a website, and we want more new equipment.
Emily's got some.
I got some goals. I
in
know.
mind.
That's on my vision board, is to do live shows. And I think that's everything. Yeah.
So I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Emily.
And this is Wines and Dolls.
Bye.
Bye.